Coach, to follow up on that, what have you seen from the bond between that defensive line unit and Coach Rod Wright?
Yeah, man. Coach Rod's done an awesome job, and Nate, and I have a history with Nate from past jobs, but I would say, and you might want to do a follow up with Strauss at some point, because the O-line, D-line meeting rooms are right next door to each other, and it's like every time the meeting starts, the D-line meeting starts, it's like a hype fest. I mean, it's like the music, it's loud, they're like talking trash, they got clips up, like it's hard. I know I've talked about this. It's, the D-line, they have more meeting time separate, because a lot of times the back end is getting together and doing stuff. So they have more meeting time together, and they have more individual time together, right? Because we're doing group installs, we're doing pass stuff. So it's hard sometimes to coach and to keep the energy level up and to keep the interest up, especially where we are a front that's sort of like, this is our techniques, and we kind of like do the same things. We want to be really good at what we do. So to coach, for those two guys to coach that style and to keep the energy as high as it is and as it's been all year, like it's week whatever we're going on, and like literally this morning's meeting, like I walked down the hallway, I'm like, good Lord, man, it's wild in there. So I feel like it starts with the energy and keeping those guys engaged and keeping it fresh week in and week out. Like those guys have done a really good job, and Rod's really led that room to a good spot.
How close is this defensive line unit on and off the field, and how much can you attribute that to Coach Rod Wright?
Yeah, man, we're super close.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you talk to a lot of guys in the room that's been in the league a long time, and they always say, like, I've never been a part of a room like this. And it's special, man. Like, it's special. I know God makes no mistakes, man, bringing us all here, no matter where everybody was at. Like, he brought us all here for a moment, man. I mean, all here for a season. And it's been beautiful, man. Like, Rod, man, his energy is contagious. Like, he just, I know you. And that's what we love about him. And Nate's the same way. Like, we all feed off of each other. Like, if I'm down one day, they pick me up. If he down one day, and then like, if he having a day, it's like, oh, you in your feelings today.
Yeah.
And then it just picks up, and like, we just want to be the best. And we got the guys in the room that can do it, and that's all that matters.
All right. Thank you. Coach, you talked a lot about the way that the defensive line has played this year. What is the connection that you and Coach Wright have as far as having everybody on that same page?
Coach Rod Wright has done an outstanding job since he's taken over with the defensive line. Just his rapport with the guys, him just being a former player, I think he has that instant connection with the guys. They respect him, they love him as a coach. He does a great job of motivating those guys, getting them going every single week. And I can't thank him enough for the job that he's done with our defensive line. Like, we wouldn't be where we are right now with that unit if it wasn't for Coach Rod and Coach Nate as well. Those guys working together in tandem and do a great job of bringing energy to the room each and every week. You hear the D-line. They're loud, they're rowdy. The energy is always up in that room, and they're great teachers. Right? That's the one thing about both coaches. Those guys are great teachers. They get the message across to their guys, and guys go out and play, lights out every single week for us. So, can't thank them enough for the job that they've done.
Have you learned all their nicknames?
All their nicknames?
The defensive line?
I know Terminator and Cyborg.
How close is this defensive line unit?
Man, we're just, I'd say we're really close. I'd say, dude, this is probably the closest D-line I've been a part of, just with how much the guys really talk with each other about craftsmanship of the game and just about like life things. So I think we're pretty close. And my personal opinion, I think you can see it in our play.
Yeah. How important is it to have a coach like Rod Wright coaching your position group?
Well, listen, I think my personal belief, I think it's one thing to have leaders in the room, but then to have a coach that really sheds light and brings light and is energetic, I think that just raises the standard even more so, because regardless of what happens, good, bad, and different, he's going to come in and he's going to have the same energy, he's going to have the same mindset, and he's always going to make sure that our mindset is always looking up towards what can be great. Yeah. So I think Coach Rod Wright, man, God, personally, I believe that God is using everyone, but God is certainly using him, and I've learned a lot from him in just this 1 year. So, that's my guy, man.
All right.